lights out and all night out. I was 15 years old, so that put me about 1970. My daddy at that time was heavy into coon hunting, big time. I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we were coon hunting. Excuse me. My daddy did not hunt on Sunday night. It was an old blacktail that the black folks believed that you don't hunt on Sunday, so my daddy picked that up, and he said he never would hunt on Sunday night. But anyhow, we lived in Prattville, Alabama, and we'd come down here and hunt, and we hunted up in Prattville, but it was getting to be springtime. We were out on spring break, and it was still pretty cool weather. But my daddy trusted me enough back then to where I could handle the dogs, and I could go and take the rifle and shoot the coon myself. So we had a 1972 station wagon, a 1960-something station wagon that we coon hunted out of. So we made arrangements. We got that station wagon down here to Grandma's, and we'd load the dogs up in the back of it, and we'd go coon hunting. But anyhow, we left Prattville, loaded the dogs up, and came down here. My daddy had to go back on business to Prattville, and he left me and my little brother down here. My brother was 2 years younger than I was, and he said we could go take the dogs coon hunting, but we had to find somebody to go with us. So at the time, we found old Mike Mack, who I spent many a summer with, fishing in the creek over here in Rock West Creek. Old Mike was about 18, 19 years old, and he had good faith with my grandma and my granddaddy. He come from good people. And we decided to go coon hunting that night. Well, just so happened the backwater had gotten up, and it was pretty high. So everybody, I don't know if everybody knows where County Road 20 was, but back in those kind of days, you know, you could pretty much go hunting anywhere you wanted to, just as long as you called the folks and said, hey, we're going coon hunting, and they'd say it'd be fine. So we went down County Road 20 on the Macmillan Blodell back then, the seed orchard property. And my daddy had told me when we left from up there, he said, son, he said, them are some of the best dogs I ever had. He said, whatever you do, do not leave them dogs in the woods. You got to come home with them. So with that in mind, we turned the dogs loose. It was me and Alan Cook, my brother Rusty, and Mike Mack. And it was the most beautiful night you ever saw. We turned the dogs, so we opened the Weyerhaeuser gate. Well, it's Weyerhaeuser now, but we opened the Macmillan Blodell gate and pulled on down there. Of course, the old creek runs to your right there, and the backwater was up pretty good, like I said. Turned the dogs loose, and sure enough, the first thing they did was went out there and treed across the backwater. So it's about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. The dogs are just treed, just bayed solid. And got on up there to be rocking around 12 o'clock. Well, I said, well, Mama's gonna be worried about us. I said, we better run back to the house and tell her where we are. Now, Mama done hired Mike for about $5 to oversee us boys down there coon hunting. Came back, told Mama what we was doing, and Papa told me don't leave them dogs in the woods and this and that. She said, okay, honey, well, you just go on back down there. Went on back down there, and it come on up to be about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting there looking in the front windshield of the car, and the dogs over there bayed to the right. Off, 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 off. Well, we can't swim that backwater. No way to get to the dogs, so we got to wait them out. Well, I look over there to the right, and old Mike Mack sitting over there sleeping with his head nodded over to the side, and my cousin Alan and Rusty, they sleep in the back seat, and they back there snoring practically. And I look up in the bright sky, and there's the most brilliant star to this day I've ever seen falling from the sky. And it kept coming. It kept coming and kept coming, and I kept waiting for it to fade out. And it never did. It kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And finally, I knew it warranted a shake to Mike over. I said, Mike, look at that falling star right there. And Mike looked over at me and cracked one eye and looked at me and said, shoot, all these stars gonna be done fell before we get out from down here.